Folks, interesting week. A win, a loss, not a lot of defense, injuries, suspensions, shuffling. What's going on? You're going to find out right here on the OZone.
You're in the offensive zone, your place for Leafs hockey.
Hey folks, welcome to the OZone. That's Coach, that's Katie, and I'm the Devo. And we're here to talk all things Leafs today. We're going to recap a couple of games and get into it. A little bit of shuffling going around, but let's get started. Katie, what is going on in Leafland?
Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about our guy Michael Bunting, who kind of showed up part of the offseason acquisitions. I think there was a bit of hype on him, and I think he's fitting in great. Like, he's playing better and better. His confidence level, you can see, is growing. He's getting rapport with the top six, and I think most importantly, and at least I didn't. He's a 26-year-old coming in, but he's by no means a veteran. He's only played 26 games before coming to the Leafs. He's played 28 games now, so 50. How's that math? 54 games so far as an NHLer. He still has a lot of runway here to get better, and I think he's starting to show he maybe really is a legitimate top six player. So I think you got to be kind of tickled that you have this guy under good contract, and he's improving as a player, and I think it's great.
Yeah, I don't.
Kev, you're a numbers guy, right? You're a numbers guy, like the Rain Man there, adding that up. Well played.
Yeah, you gotta when you think about what happened in the offseason, Mrazek, Ritchie were the big touted guys coming in, and you have Cachet and Bunting kind of flying under the radar a little bit. And when you really break it down, those are the guys that have contributed the most thus far. Mm-hmm. Coach, what'd you like?
Well, would have liked to get one against Tampa. What are you going to do? But I'm more focused on Columbus because I got a chance to get up to Canada and see a home game and have a couple of drinks with you guys too along the way, which was fantastic. And that was a great game. Should have been a blowout, but I think there was, you could tell there were some things to come, maybe not so great against Tampa by the way they finished that Columbus game. Riley had 4 assists, which was great. But hey, Nick Ritchie scored. Here's a shot of me when I saw Nick Ritchie scoring. Unbelievable. I think you fellas had similar reactions. Yeah. I can't believe he scored. That's fantastic. Orangeville is rejoicing. But aside from the games, the injuries, suspensions, all that, we've had a couple of call-ups. And one of them I really like. I like this Rubens guy. He's been great. And, longtime listeners of the pod will know I like to focus on a couple of things, what goes through the mind of a defenseman in certain situations. One is the pinch. Here's a 1-second area of Rubens, okay? So Rubens, here it is, 19:05. So a minute into this game against Tampa. He gets his first shift, and he's at the blue line here, and the puck is coming over towards his side. So he takes a quick glimpse. He sees the winger has got his guy. His partner's behind him, and he goes for that puck. The easy thing would have been to back out, but he goes and he's aggressive. He is because he sees that winger. You see, just a second later, it's not ideal. The arrow's towards the puck. The puck's against the boards. It's not ideal because he's not going to get to that puck first, but he knows he's got support. There's his partner behind him. There's that winger with the guy. Okay, so number one is you got to have wing support or forward support, or you can't pinch. If you do and you pinch, you have to get either the puck or the man. Guy gets the puck first, chips it up. What does Rubens do? Finishes his check. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. I mean, Keith, I ran this clip by Keith, and he's like, hey, this is great. We got a couple guys that really struggle with that decision. Can you run that by Dermott? And so I ran it by Dermott. Here's a picture of him when he saw that concept. A little confused here then.
That's right.
Now, and then Justin Hall. Here's Justin Hall. He's so confused. No idea. They're NHL defensemen, and they're blowing this all the time. We're giving up a bunch of odd man rushes as a result. So anyway, I like Rubens. He's big. As Mike Babcock would say, that guy's always going to be 6'5" every single night. So that's good, too. Good start for him.
Yeah. Can't teach height.
Yeah. It's true. He's actually been a bit of a bright spot in this splendor that we're seeing. Coach, what should we look out for in tonight's game? Not necessarily predictions, but how do we want to see the Leafs play tonight?
Well, predictions wise, I'll handle that later. But yeah, I think we got Mrazek coming back here, which is great. I think he needs to get on a roll. I think he's going to play well. I think he sees that the train's kind of left the station without him. He's got no excuse now. He's healed. He's had a conditioning stint in the A. He should be good. I think we got to split up the D pairs, though. I mean, they did against Tampa, second period, moved Hall away from Muzzin. That's got to continue for multiple games. Those guys are really struggling, turning the puck over in their own zone, turning the puck over in the neutral zone. It's not very good. So, Liljegren seems to be okay, right? So give him top 4 minutes. Can Hall play with Rubens? Man, that's, if nothing else, a couple of really big guys back there taking up a lot of space. So I hope we can get back to some defensive fundamentals. But one thing I didn't like about going to that game was the price of beer. Here's me when the guy tells me how much it is for a couple of beers for me and my brother. It's a similar reaction to how Richie scored. Anyway, that's what I'd like to see tonight. I think we've been playing pretty tight defensively on that big streak. It's getting away from us. Yeah. Let's rein it back in.
Yeah, KD, the Leafs are scoring goals, but they're giving up a ton.
Yeah,
what gives?
So, well documented from Scotty, and yes, the D haven't played great, but the D are also being sort of posterized or vilified for all the turnovers, and I think we also need to make the wingers and the forwards a little more culpable here. There are many occasions where wingers aren't available, and a pass, if we use football as an example, the quarterback is the one who throws the ball, but the receiver's got to be in the right position. He's got to be watching the quarterback. He's got to make the catch too. And I think we're going through periods here where the wingers aren't available. I sort of showed it with a Nylander clip a couple of weeks ago, and there needs to be easy outlet passes. We need to go in groups. We need to support the puck better. And I think we saw it with Brody's goal. I think the fourth goal against Tampa Bay, Brody was, he and his defense partner were there. There was no one in sight.
Yeah.
Like, everyone was gone. Even good defensemen are going to turn the puck over if they're caught on an island with pressure. So I like to see the wingers back. I think they're breaking up a little bit too quickly. I want to see them back where they're supposed to. I want to be at that easy outlet immediately. If your defense is struggling, you need to have an outlet so that he can move the puck right away and get on track. If you don't, he's just going to struggle more. He's going to try and make the hard pass. He's going to hang on too late. He's going to flip it over the glass. He's going to make an icing. So if we're going to be a puck control team, then puck control means you got to support the puck, and we have to do that better. 5 guys on the ice, not just the 2D.
Hey, eliminating the red line so you can pass to the next blue line was the worst thing that happened to beer league defense. Because now all 3 guys are up by the other blue line.
Yeah.
Look,
with your goalie after.
With the injuries and the suspensions to Spezza, it's sort of tough, right? The lines are in a blender right now. Everyone's a little bit less consistent than they were playing, back in November when we had that monumentous run. So,
yeah. But that's when you simplify, though, Mike.
I agree.
When things go to shit, that's when you gotta circle the wagons a bit better.
We're likely not going to see that kind of dominance for any sort of stretch again this year. That was a pretty solid run. But, the games where they've been dominating the most aren't the games when 34 scores a hat trick. It's the 3-0 win over the Predators or the 2-1 win over the Rangers. So I agree with you 100%. And that's when you keep things simple. You keep it in the other team's end. Short passes, pucks deep, and you're minimizing the chances against. And really, since that calendar rolled over, maybe even the last couple games in November, we started to see it turn into a bit of a track meet. Now, the Leafs can win a lot of those games. There's no question about it. But they're going to lose a bunch if they're going to start giving up 4 goals.
Good teams are going to pin them, and that's what Tampa Bay did. They pinned them all through the ice, from the blue line through between blue lines. So yeah, that's what we have to do.
I hate to bring this up. Well, Paul Marner, put your earmuffs on. I don't need to swell your head anymore about your son, but we miss Marner.
Yeah.
So if you're going to get in a track meet, that guy's going to be top 5 in the league in scoring pretty much every year, top 10.
For sure.
So that's another weapon, right? And that's another reason why we shouldn't be playing like
that. Well, it's true. It's not just the weapon, too, Coach. It's what it does to the other lines. You got Cachet off the third line now. You got Simmons off the fourth line now. Everyone's moving around, and so we gotta make good with it.
Again, back to 16.
Well, one thing that has been good, Cachet didn't really get any time with the first unit in the power play. He's been good on that power play. So that's good that you find that guy can play.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a bit of a blessing in disguise, but I'd rather have Marner play.
Yeah, and actually when Marner plays, he's one of the best wingers about being an outlet to get the puck. He's one of the few guys who never leaves the zone early. So,
unlike Nylander, who's just he's gone.
You are not describing Nylander.
All right, guys.
Campbell doesn't even know what he looks like. Campbell's like, that's just the guy with the H. I think they're way down there.
Anyways, guys, let's run into predictions here. Let's lay it on the line. This is the time when we really we put it out there. Leafs are home to the Blackhawks tonight. So what's going to happen, Coach?
All right, I usually go 4-1 win. I'm going to go 4-3 win. Mrazek's in tonight. I think Matthews gets one, loves playing against Patrick Kane. I think Mrazek's going to be good. I think he's actually going to finish a game, which would be a huge stepping stone for him in his Leafs career. So I like the win tonight. Here's another off-the-board prediction. So a few podcasts ago, I put up this. This is my buddy Craig Menard. He's from Orangeville. And we did the little thing about Orangeville disavowing any knowledge of Nick Ritchie. I wonder how they are now, because he scored one goal and now he's MIA again.
Right.
But that's another story. So look, his son, Luke, just got drafted in the WHL.
Oh, great.
Here's a shot of him. He got drafted. This is not very common for kids from Dallas to get drafted into junior.
Right.
So I think the turning point for this guy is that we were short players, maybe 8-9 months ago. And the young 15-year-old Luke Menard came out and played beer league hockey, had a hat trick, including the winner in overtime. We were faced with some discipline after that. It is, after all, an adult league.
Right.
And, it's not safe. Not safe. Wasn't safe for their goalie. Anyway, but I think that's a turning point for him in his career. He's talked to the U.S. National Development Program as well. He's going to probably get a shot at their camp this summer. Like, when you get a glimpse over the top, like he did playing with us, the rest of the world's a gift shop for us. So you may ask yourself, well, what's the prediction? Here's the prediction. I'm telling you, he's going to have a great career, but his younger brother will be an even better player. And then I just want to take 10 seconds and say, we've got some subscribers in Kentucky. They got hammered by tornadoes last night. Our buddy Greg Beal, who submitted some mailbag questions, he sent this picture. Just devastation. Hey, guys, we're thinking about you. Hang tough. You'll come back stronger than ever. As my brother likes to say, can't break steel.
Yeah, great call, Coach. Sending our thoughts to the Bluegrass State. KD, what's going to happen?
I think 4-3 Leafs too. I think Mrazek struggles a little bit. It's okay. He's got to play. He's a good goalie. Just get him in there, get the rust off. I think we're going to get the big boys scoring. And a quick shout out to Jesse Haberman, our friend to the podcast. Took me to the Tampa Bay game. Maybe the best seats in the house. It was fun. The Leafs came in second, but he and I came in first with those seats, so it was good.
That's great.
Kev, where are you sitting tonight? You sitting with Tannenbaum tonight? How are you going to beat that? 2 games in a row.
All right, we're running out of time here, folks. Yeah. I'm going to throw it out there. 5-3 win. We're going to need Mrazek. He's going to step up, make a couple of big saves. I think Nylander pots an empty netter. There you have it, folks. Like the video. Hit subscribe. Does anybody else have you covered like we do here at the Ozone? I don't think so. Everything you need to know about your Leafs right here on the Ozone.